So,
For the Minecraft server. It's the recommended amount of wham.
so don't mind me while we do this. I'm probably just gonna be making Pokemon Showdown teams and playing Pokemon Showdown.
What?
I may or may not put it in the video.
Are you just gonna have the background of the video you making Pokemon Showdown teams?
And me playing with
Doing
the
a
Elmo's
podcast and you just
Trapos
make
team.
Pokemon Showdown.
Hey, listen, I'm
That's
doing
the
it
best thing ever.
Shofu style, alright?
No, you know what? You know what? Bet. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna compare teams. How about that? I'm gonna make a
Maybe.
super shitty Mimi team. And you know what?
You
Yes.
mean like Elmo's Trapos? That was such a great team. You remember that team?
Right? I still think. Oh wait, do I have the bus stop boys? Hold up,
The
wait.
Bus Stop Boys.
Do I have the bus stop boys?
Why did I think Life Orb, Trick Room, Galarian Slowbro was a good idea, dude? Why did I think
Yeah,
that was a
dude.
good idea?
That's some crack.
It's such a weird team. Yeah, dude. Okay. So I guess we should actually talk about things in the podcast now and get it started, right?
I mean,
um. So yeah, podcast. I'm eating food. Why did I decide to eat food when I was going to talk?
Because you just got home.
Yeah.
you're one of those streamers who always eats food every one of his streams.
Ah, a hot tub streamer.
No, let's not talk about those. Okay, so we have I guess we have a lot of things on the agenda for today. That we kind of just jumbled together and said, well, let's talk about those. That could work. So I guess maybe the first one we could talk about is that I guess the combination of two things. The Pokemon Company announced the release date of the two big games that are coming out. Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remake, which is Shining Diamond and the other
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yes. So yeah, I mean the games are coming out soon. I believe the release date for Arceus is on January 28th.
22nd.
Is it the 22nd?
22nd, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was later than that.
Ah, son. They pushing it. They said, all right, here you go. You're gonna have it now. Okay.
Yeah. And then the ones for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are in November. I think it's like November 19th for those, right?
See.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Legends is the 28th. Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's the 28th of 2022.
Oh, I read it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the internet has collectively kind of sighed about this one cuz like I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people that are straight up going, it's way too early for this right now.
Still think about the Chingling PNG, dude. Like we're getting that in January.
Yeah, that's the big thing is that, it seems as though the game doesn't seem really finished or polished. And I mean, in most situations, I would tell the internet you're overreacting and being stupid. But I actually really agree with the internet on this one. Like the game doesn't look finished in the slightest. And it's seemingly causing a lot of drama stirring the pot. I've seen like a lot of people on Twitter and online in comments to like on like the Instagram post for Pokemon saying they need to delay the game, like, and like they're getting traction on it too. Like a lot of people are agreeing. I don't know what you guys think. I think that looked really rough, but I also think it's probably going to tie into something a little later. But want to hear what you guys have to say first.
Yeah, I think it's gonna tie in with something we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
The fucking new Switch. Everyone knows about
Yeah,
it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know
Just
anymore.
trying to keep the topics separate. But yeah, I think it's gonna tie in with the release of a new Switch because there's no way that game is gonna be able to run on current Switch hardware and not look like a fucking second grader drew it. Like it's gonna, dude, it's gonna run awful. We saw the Changling PNG, we saw the gameplay. I mean, the game didn't look good, like that good anyway. For a 3D Pokemon game, it looked decent, but it didn't look great, especially in comparison to Let's Go, which is still the best looking Pokemon game, which still blows my mind.
Mhm.
But
It's Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, actually, New Pokemon Snap is the best looking
yeah,
Pokemon game.
but like in terms of main series game,
There was a previous Pokemon Snap.
and it wasn't a main series game then. Sweet, good talk. But
Pokemon Showdown, best Pokemon game.
that's actually, you're right. That's actually true. You know why? Because it's free and it's not made by Game Freak. But yeah, yeah, man, that's really quickly. And that game looked rough. And how often have we seen from launch any quality changes from a Pokemon game, if any?
Never. No,
I
not
can just
once.
hear Zach.
Exactly, nothing.
I can hear Zach laughing in the other room. I just can't hear him through his microphone.
Yeah, you can hear me through my mic. Okay.
Mm.
Well, yeah, we've never gotten a Pokemon, Pokemon company to give quality of life changes. I mean,
Right?
I'm sure that I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm sure. I'm hopeful that it will not look that awful by the time we get it in our hands, but even on the base Switch. But I do think at some point it's gonna, like, it's still gonna not look that great probably. Um, and I mean, this goes into like my overall predictions for what Nintendo's going to be doing in the next couple weeks. But Game Freak really does go by their own thing. The Pokemon Company really does go by their own. They go on their own beat, so they announce things completely devoid of the context of the surrounding companies. Like with Nintendo, like there's so many times where there's been big uh, Pokemon Direct announced like 2 weeks before a Nintendo Direct's going to happen or something. Like, or Nintendo releases information. Like they want to do their own thing in their own separate time. And I think there's a big reason why we haven't seen any of Nintendo's first party lineup for the last quarter of the year at this point, and that's because it's probably all going to be advertised and shown off on the new Switch hardware. And they're waiting to announce that probably during E3 before they tell us what the games that are coming out at the end of the year are going to be. And I know there are like maybe 2 games that we know of that are coming out at the end of the year, like one of them being Pokemon, and like maybe like I don't know, like No More Heroes or something. That's even no, that's in summer. Yeah, we don't know anything about Nintendo's end year shit.
Like we still have no release date for Breath of the Wild 2. Like that game could come in fucking 2084, dude.
Or Metroid
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah. So we have no timetable for any of this shit. We're just gonna assume that at some point after the announcement of the Switch Pro that all this information is gonna start pouring in. Or
Yes.
that would be best case scenario, I guess.
Tyler.
Tyler, I think he's yelling at you.
I didn't hear. All I heard was,
I did too, but I
Tyler.
just assumed.
I don't know if he was saying my name. It'd be weird to catch the last
Tyler.
bit of it, but I heard that clearly.
Tyler. Okay, yeah, okay. My high registers don't pick up on Discord, but they'll pick up on my mic. That's so weird. I don't get that at all. Discord's so fucking weird.
It's wonky.
But
Tyler, your thoughts?
At least with, I don't know, just looking at some of the new things, like you guys said, looking at some of the new games and shit. At least playing on the current Switch, I don't see them looking like that in any sense of the way. But I also do see Nintendo, throwing it out for the previous system, it playing like trash just to get money, and then throwing out their next system and advertising like let's just say Pokemon Arceus, God, whatever you want to say.
Arceus.
Arceus
Please
plays
never call it that again.
comes out before the new Switch system. They're gonna bring the game that's gonna come out on the previous Switch, and then with the new Switch Pro, they're gonna advertise a Switch Pro with that game and say, "Look how better it looks. You should get this game on this. You should buy this." So now it's like, okay, all my games are gonna look that much. They're gonna be that much of an upgrade. Wow, because it's Nintendo. They'll do anything to get money. Anything that they see is like, we can get a bunch of money for this. Let's do it. And the worst part is people will buy it.
They're
Yeah,
rolling them Play-Doh snakes right
Nintendo's
now.
really stupid though. I don't know. They make
I mean,
really
they're
dumb
stupid, but
decisions.
they made it to a point where they can be stupid.
Yeah, but say this is a multi-billion, almost trillion.
This is a
Trillion.
multi-billion, no billion, multi-billion-dollar company that made the Wii U. Okay, like you don't get any shit.
Exactly.
They're,
If they
they're,
make the
they're
Wii
the
U, I think they can
multi-million
afford to
dollar
fuck-
company, billion-dollar company that announced Mario's public execution for no fucking good reason. Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, Nintendo makes literally no. They'll do the most anti-consumer, anti-business thing for no reason. They'll name their brand new console the new Nintendo 3DS and confuse every single human being on the face of the fucking earth. Every like woman above the age of 35 who's buying a 3DS for a kid wants the new one but doesn't know the difference.
They'll re-release New Super Mario Brothers 15 times over.
God, dude,
Oh, well, does Timmy want it for the 3DS, the DS, the Wii, the Wii U? Fuck if I know. I'm gonna shoot the dice and hope I pick the right one, right?
But yeah, I mean, it's the company is so weird. But Tom, actually, something I wanted to mention to you. You probably may or may not notice it. You have Nocturne on your Switch.
Indeed.
I heard the game runs bad on the Switch. Like I heard it runs.
It definitely has moments where it chugs pretty
Yeah,
hard.
because like there were a few people on Twitter saying like, "Oh man, when the new Switch comes out, I can finally play Nocturne at 30 FPS." I'm like, is it really that bad? Like, it's
See, like, granted, I haven't gotten super far in the game, but there have already been some moments where the game just fucking chugs, man,
oh,
pretty
God.
hard.
And that's a fucking remaster of a game that's over like a decade and a half old. Oh, Nintendo, honey. Oh my God.
And it, honestly, it's not even like as much of a remaster. I thought the graphics were going to be grade A. Granted, I'm playing on the Switch. I'm sure if I played on a PS4 or another console, it might be different. But it don't look that good in terms of the remaster portion.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful for what Pokemon Legends is gonna be because I think it's gonna be. I think it has the potential to be a really amazing game, like in terms of the concepts it's bringing to the table and what it's kind of riding on. But in terms of its execution, I don't know, man. Game Freak's been like really wishy-washy about their video games lately. They have not been pulling very strong, like in terms of like the quality of their games. Like Pokemon, Pokemon Sword and Shield kinda didn't run great at all. Kinda had a lot of problems. Kinda was unfinished in many ways that they eventually rectified with paid DLC. Like I'm just afraid that I'm afraid that this game is just gonna come out and it's gonna be like a wreck. Like which I mean, that's not how I want the first open world Pokemon game to be. I want it to be like a big cool thing, but I don't know, Game Freak's just not striking confidence in me right now. They make really weird ass fucking decisions and then Nintendo's back there being like, yeah, whatever.
I was like,
Do
will
what
we
you
make
want.
money? Of course we will. You put Pokemon on it.
I'm about to say, yeah, it's got the Pokemon name on it, dude.
But like the fact that, like you said, like the previous one was half finished and then paid DLC made it finish. That's what I'm worried
It
about.
ain't even finished. It just kind of finished. Like
You just made it to like,
we
okay.
still got every fucking Pokemon.
Dude, the best part is they're gonna release one more DLC towards the end of the lifespan of this game. It's like, here's the rest of the Pokemon, and here's a fucking 2-hour
20
adventure. Just
bucks.
go
Nah,
buck
they're,
off.
they're gonna think that, oh, these people are gonna be so content because you get to play as a kind of ninja. Ooh, ah, wow.
Mm.
Well, in the trailers we show, it looks like you're actually fighting in like a big arena where you actually run around. It's like, what? What?
I have
What?
I have so many more questions than I do
Yeah.
answers about this game. Like,
Yeah.
what's the objective of this game? As far as I'm concerned, you go out, you catch
Some
Pokemon to fill up.
samurais moved in, and you got to show them why
Well,
ninjas are better.
so
Yeah,
I
dude, Ninja
believe that
Gaiden Pokemon.
I believe what a lot of so how do I even put this the way the trailer worded it and the way that a lot of like theorists online have been stating is the goal, like any other Pokemon game, is to complete the Pokedex, but it's going to be a lot more like in depth now. So you're kind of like this is the first exploration of an area of this land where you're going to be coming across a bunch of Pokemon that sure you know about, but have never actually been discovered or cataloged before. And then eventually, like the plot's going to unravel, and at some point, it's going to involve like you finding, documenting, and catching like legendaries. But this, I believe, this game isn't going to be with gym leaders or gyms at all, like because there's no Pokemon League established. But that's actually the thing I'm most excited about, right? Because like every Pokemon game follows the same fucking formula, the same thing. Sure, people like to pretend that Sun and Moon did something different. Sun and Moon, it was the same fucking thing with a different coat of paint. Like, you don't trick me into thinking that those, like, Alolan, I don't even remember what they're called.
Oh,
Uh,
the Kahunas.
yeah, like, don't trick me into thinking that those weren't just glorified gyms. Like, they were. Like,
And there were
it's
only 4 of them. There weren't even 8 of them.
I mean, like the structure didn't change at all in terms of what you were doing in the game. It was still the same formula that it's been all these years in terms of you go around an area, you fight really strong guys, you get their, their badges and you go fight the league at the end. Like so Pokemon Legends having this this narrative and world and story that are completely separate from the Pokemon canon and ideas of what the Pokemon universe is that we're familiar with is definitely like what I'm most excited about in seeing. It's like how are they gonna what are they gonna do to create a story in this game at this point? And I don't know. They have to do something. That's all I know. And as long as they don't do the same thing, I'm pretty cool with it. Like that's my
Listen,
that's my thought.
all right, I'm cool with trying something different. I'm good, but the fact that I can't get answers from the Pokemon Company and I have to rely on Timmy Two Feet from 4chan to try and decipher a 2-minute teaser trailer that showed off gameplay as to what the content of the game is going to be, and like 2 words from the Pokemon Company. I, what does that mean to me? What am I supposed to do with that besides take the word of Timmy Two Feet?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
I think I
I
mean
want to know what I'm going to be doing. I want to know what the online multiplayer is going to look like, if that's even going to
see
exist.
like that's the thing though, right? We don't know if there's gonna be online multiplayer because the meta might just be because the games are coming out so close to each other. The meta is probably just gonna be Diamond and Pearl, like Shining Diamond, uh, and sorry, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. That's gonna be the probably the next meta, and then they're just gonna not do anything for Legends, especially since like
Why?
Legends is coming out 2 months after the other game. They're probably not considering it to be like an online uh, focused title at all. They're probably just not going to have any online.
So then, what's the point of playing the game, of buying the game, if I can't play with other people? The whole
Well,
point of Pokemon is to,
that's
play with friends. It's supposed to be a social experience where you're supposed to, play with your friends, play with people from other places, interact,
I.
learn about each other through these pocket monster experiences.
But
And
there.
if I can't get that because Pokemon is like, no, Well, then what's the point?
I mean, it depends on what the game ends up being, which I'm sure we'll figure out with time. Because, like, I mean, there have been plenty of Pokemon games that have been great that haven't had any sort of online element or social element or didn't focus on it at all. I mean, Pokemon Snap just came out. There was Pokemon Coliseum and XD, both of which were purely single player games that, yeah, you could play them online with like a Game Boy Link and a copy of Pokemon Red and Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like, but you couldn't actually like play those games online or with as a social
But the
aspect with
fact
other
that I
people.
might not have the
But
option.
I
Like, I
mean,
would like to have the option.
then I think the game for you then is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Like I think that's what they're planning.
I
Again, I
don't
think
want
that's
to
what.
play Gen 4 meta again, though.
But I mean, we still don't know if it's going to be old Gen 4 meta or a new Gen 4 meta with new mons.
And the
I think,
game
I
comes
think
out.
they're just going to change it just enough for you to say, I guess it's not the same meta. But when
Nah,
you look
man.
at it, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like
The
for
exact
like
same
yeah, the exact
meta.
same thing.
It's the exact same thing.
Like when you come like there's gonna be like less than half of the game is gonna be a new meta, but you're not gonna use that new meta because it's gonna be obsolete in some way. You're just gonna go back to the old meta.
I don't know. Power creep's been a thing. So a lot of those Gen
Yeah,
4 mons
that's
kind of
cool.
suck now unless you like have them with like mega evolutions or like whatever the fuck new shit they're doing now. Um so I mean I would like to see them make the new mons a little stronger or the old mons a little stronger to keep up with the new ones. But that's just me.
No, yeah, I like a lot of people agree with that, dude. I agree with that. Some of these mods need a fat buff, but so I also understand that these Gen 4 remakes are for nostalgia purposes, but they also are made to they're still kids games. They're still games manufactured, advertised towards children. So for someone who's I don't know 9 or 10, they can experience Gen 4 for the first time. I completely get it.
Hmm.
But from someone who is from our standpoint, our perspective, we've played these games before. We've played these metas before. I want something new. I don't just want to. I don't want to. I don't want to throw the old chicken that I cooked yesterday into the microwave and eat chicken. I want a gourmet experience. You know what I'm saying? I want to be. I want some chicken masala,
Well, then you're
man.
gonna be spending $120 if you want to play both games with your friends and no, have a new experience in Pokemon in this next fiscal year. They're charging
Yeah,
$60 for both.
they gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me check the pre-orders because both games are for pre-orders. Let me see if that's an option first. Hold up.
If you can buy
Hold
them
up.
together, no,
I don't know,
they're $120 together if you buy them 60
but
each.
that's what I
Okay.
mean. If you can purchase a bundle.
No, that you can do a bundle for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, but you can't do a bundle for
Well, Legends Arceus is one
Legends.
game.
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
that,
Though.
that
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I didn't know if there was a package bundle for these two games.
No, I mean they release
No,
separately. So.
for Diamond and Pearl,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
no,
know
there's
if
a
there was
there's a
a
package
yeah,
bundle. I
yeah.
meant no, I meant in terms of like the two games that like Pokemon Legends is offering that new experience that you want, but then Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are letting you play with your friends in the traditional Pokemon way. That was like my point. My point was like, yeah, well, if you want to if you want to have both of those things that you just talked about, you're gonna have to pay $120 come this year, dude. Like,
Nintendo, everybody.
I mean that's also Game Freak, but like I don't know
Yeah.
Scott Lords.
I don't I don't know I hope that both games end up great. The one thing I do want to see return, like it would actually make me really excited to play uh Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I'm probably still gonna get it anyway because I play Nintendo video games, and as Tyler would put it, I just give them my money. So I, but if they put in like raid dens and raid battles from Sword and Shield into Diamond and Pearl, like if they integrate it, because you know how they had the underground sections in Diamond and Pearl. Remember that, right?
Yes.
If they just integrate the raid battles into that, and that's what we do in the raids, I would be totally down with it. Like that would be it.
But you can also see Game Freak being like, "No, you guys wanted a faithful remake. There's no raid dens in Gen 4, so you're gonna get Gen 4, baby. Y'all wanted Cynthia? Here's Cynthia."
Cynthia's been in like every game though since Gen 4 pretty much.
Hasn't she only been in one game since Gen 4?
No, she was in X and Y at the end. And she
That's
was
one.
in Sun and Moon on the Battle Tower. And
I think that's it.
yeah, I think that's it then. Okay. And
That's
then she was in like
it.
Pokemon Masters, but I don't know, it doesn't count.
That's not a game. That's a that's a that's a
We don't talk
that's a
about that shit.
that's a phone app. Get that out of here.
Tyler, I just want to mention to you that you've been watching something in the background, and I think it's been picking up on the stream
The entire time.
after the video. Yeah,
Y'all could have said something.
I didn't know who it was at first, and I was like,
Don't worry.
I couldn't figure out
It
who it
was
was me.
it was Hell's Kitchen and commercials.
Oh,
Listen, Zach, I get it. Just because I'm white, I have something playing in the background.
I know you were
extremely high
watching-
volume.
you were watching sports ball earlier, okay?
I still am, but it's muted.
Okay. Okay, well, we're just gonna move on to the next topic then, because Pokemon and Nintendo have kind of been exhausted at this point. Actually, I don't know. We'll save like general E3 talk for next week because E3 is coming in 2 weeks. But is there anything you think is going to be coming with the new Switch hardware that, in terms of games or announcements?
I think they're going to announce something new with Mario. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon that it's coming out, but there's going to be another Mario announcement for something.
I could see that, yeah, like a new 3D Mario or 2D
Yeah.
Mario even.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
Not like other than like anything new, like Tom said, like Mario, but nothing because I know they did the Sonic Colors.
Not Sega. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, but it's like even if they announce it there, it's like it's not gonna be new since they already said it.
Mhm.
Nothing else I know. Probably a bunch of accessories you don't need.
And
Yeah.
a slew of third-party games that are now going to be ported to the
That's
new
true,
Switch
right?
Pro.
Yeah, like what new third-party games? But I could see them putting a lot of Bethesda's back catalog on.
I could see them finally putting Persona on some of the Persona games on.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Especially since Atlas wants to put a lot of the Persona games on the Switch or on like other platforms after Golden did so well on Steam.
Especially since isn't SMT5 going to come out on Switch?
Yes, it'll be Switch and PS4, I think, or is it? I think it's just Switch. I don't remember. It's one of the two, but I know it's coming on Switch.
Yeah. Switch is going to be the SMT machine.
Okay, yeah. So we'll switch to a new topic now. This one, I honestly, this is there's only really one reason why I wanted to talk about this, and it's to say this thing to roast the Sonic community, right? But so the Sonic 35th anniversary thing just happened. Is it 35th or 30th? I don't even. I'm getting my years mixed up.
Good question.
It might be 30th, but
it's the
What he said.
30th.
Yeah. But they announced like 3 things, I guess. One of them is like a new Sonic collection of games, like collection of the old shit that's going to be on new hardware, which okay, they do that like every 2 years. I'm not really surprised. Then they've announced that there's going to be a new open world Sonic game, which based on data mines, people have said is going to be called Sonic Rangers, and it's going to be like modeled after Breath of the Wild. We don't know anything about it, but it's coming out next year. It's probably going to be another Sonic game. And then the big thing that everyone's so hyped about is they've announced a remaster and a re-release of Sonic Colors called Sonic Colors Ultimate. All right, here's my thing, right? Okay, listen. Now, I'm old enough to remember when Sonic Colors came out, okay? I remember when it came out. I remember everyone talking shit about that game. everyone said that game was mid. Oh, it's okay. It's a better one of the 2.5D Sonic games, but all it has is the Wisp gimmick. But like, I'm just seeing nothing but love and outpouring for this game. Are we at this point with the Sonic franchise now where like they re-release a game that's mid from like a decade ago and everyone's just like, round of applause, Sonic team, you did good,
Yes,
you
literally
did
just
great.
described it. Yes, that is
Like,
correct.
because that
Nah,
game, the thing
you know
about
what it is?
Sonic Colors,
It's more of a. There was a point when Sonic Colors came out, and people were like, "God, Sonic, do something differently. Stop doing the same shit. This is stupid." And then
the
they
games
did
got
something
worse and
differently.
worse.
They did something differently, and they did it wrong.
No, go back,
wrong,
go
and
back,
wrong.
go back, go back.
Go
This,
back.
no, you were right
Yeah,
before. You
and
were
then
before.
Sonic Colors Ultimate, they were like, "Yes, they did it."
Like, I mean, like the big thing with Colors for me was I actually did play it, and the game was like so fucking short, and it was very obvious that it was aping the conventions of like Mario Galaxy, for example. Like it was writing off of the coattails of Mario Galaxy, which like everyone acknowledged when Sonic Lost World came out like 2 years later. But like the thing about like Sonic Colors is that it just wasn't. I came out and I was like, it's just another 2.5D Sonic game. Okay, I've already played, Sonic Unleashed. I've already played fucking
Oh,
Sonic
Unleashed.
Generations. I mean, I think that came out after, but like all these other games.
Sonic Boom.
Oh, don't even talk about that fucking mess.
No.
But
You
like,
freaking fricks!
but like, I I guess this is where Sonic has gone. Like the internet has just got lost so much faith now that the games that were once considered mid-tier Sonic games are now like, this is a classic and it's so great that we're returning to it. Like to me, I don't know. It's just like I'm at a loss because I'm just feeling culture shock. Right? I feel like a boomer. Like I don't feel like.
Zach, you aren't feeling like a boomer. You are a boomer.
Oh god damn it! Yeah, like I mean, again, I vividly remember Sonic Colors and it coming out and just the reception to it and being one of those people who played it and was like, it's okay, it's not amazing, but the level design kind of sucks a little bit and the game plays itself like many of the 2.5D Sonic games, but it's got some neat ideas and lo and behold, now it's this legacy. Everyone's reveling in that game's glory. They're acting like it's the king shit. They're wanting to sniff its underwear. Like, I don't know, dude. It's a fucking game.
I want to remember what Sonic's used to smell like.
Kamashita, I need you to calm down over
All
there.
right, don't call me that, please. Don't ever call me that again. Yeah,
But I mean, when you look at the quality of Sonic games that have released after Color, dude, I mean, yeah.
yeah.
What?
I'll be real. Yeah, minus like maybe Sonic Generations, which came out I think a year or two after Colors. Colors marked like the last Sonic game that I think a lot of people considered to be acceptable. Like until Mania came out.
Yeah, but
And
even then, Mania wasn't made
by
from
Sonic.
by say,
The
yeah,
Sonic
like it wasn't
team.
made by that. It was a fan-made game.
Oh my fucking god, that's where Sonic is now. That's funny. That's funny.
It's funny, but it's also awful.
It's pretty bad, yeah. But yeah, I mean that's the main reason why I wanted to bring up. I mean, no hating on Sonic Colors. It's a video game, whatever. But like, I don't know, the internet needs to get its fucking priorities straight because
How long do you think until they remake Sonic and the Black Knight?
that came out before Sonic Colors. If they remake Sonic and the Black Knight, that would be the funniest thing ever because that game was really bad. But
Hey, it's a Switch Pro release right there.
people pretended like Sonic and the Black Knight was good. It was so bad. It was such a
Nobody
bad
pretend that
video.
game was good. Don't lie. Didn't no one pretend that game was good?
Sonic fans did. That was like
No.
that era
Dude,
of Sonic.
Sammy Sonic fan, dude,
Yeah,
sure.
no,
but
no. That
At
era.
that time,
I-
that's when all Sonic fans thought everything Sonic
No,
was
no.
good.
No. Because okay, I was within these social circles at this point too, right? I didn't defend Sonic, but I saw people's reactions, right? And like between Sonic in the Secret Rings, which was on the Wii, to like Sonic Unleashed is like that really dark age of Sonic where the fans were in denial that the games were bad, but the games were all really bad. Like that's like a span of like 5 games, I think. It's like Sonic in the Secret Ring, Sonic in the Black Knight, Sonic '06, and
Woo!
and like and
Said, "Woo."
Sonic Unleashed. And like all of those games, when you look back on them, it's like, man, that was like one of the worst looks for Sonic ever. Like those were some really that's probably the games that killed that character and that franchise for a
I mean,
bit.
it's like Sonic like was a kid and then grew up into like a punk goth depressed phase,
He became a
and then got
teenager.
older and realized that the only way to be happy was to be a kid again.
He
Maybe.
essentially went through life like the rest of us, which is not what we want
Yeah.
from a video game
Yeah.
character.
But I mean, I don't, but no, that period of Sonic games was definitely like the dark age in terms of, hey, the games were bad and the fans didn't want to acknowledge that the games were bad, so they didn't get any better. Um, type of like Sonic time period. But then like after Unleashed, I don't know, the light switch flipped in everyone's brains, and then when a really bad Sonic game came out, everyone knew it was really fucking bad. Like people will say Sonic Boom is terrible because it is. People
About
will
to say, what
say
are you going to say after that? Hold on.
yeah,
The way you said that it sounded like, are you about to defend Sonic
no,
Boom? We
no,
got
no, no.
richness here.
It is, and people will say Sonic Forces isn't that good because it's not good.
Uh,
But like
He's right though. Wait,
it,
did you want to make your character and then not play as them?
this is that entire game. This is so funny. But in any case, yeah, I don't know. Sonic is such a weird series now because I'm actually like really excited about the Sonic movie that's coming out. Because apparently the plot synopsis leaked for that, and it's like classic Sonic bullshit. It's like Sonic, like the main dude from the last movie is going on vacation, and Sonic meets up with Tails, and then Eggman comes back for when he was banished in the Shadow Realm, and he takes Knuckles with him, and him and Knuckles are he does that thing where Knuckles is gullible and believes Eggman, and then Knuckles tries to work with Eggman, and I mean that's like the type of Sonic shit that was in the old games, that I like it.
that's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
That's
It's
literally Sonic
it's the
2.
it's
Sonic
the
3, yeah.
normal Sonic. Like you could see that as an actual game.
Like that's Sonic 2.
Oh yeah,
That is
that is
literally
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
Yeah, that's Sonic 3. Yeah, that's Sonic 2.
Or yeah, excuse me.
No, that's
Uh,
Sonic 2. Yeah, yeah, not 3.
Not Knuckles
No,
and
two,
Sonic. Sonic whatever.
two. No, Sonic 2 was the one where Knuckles was the bad guy. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you could play as Knuckles. But Sonic 2 was actually the one you're thinking of, yeah, because the game
Yeah,
opens up when Sonic and Tails crash on the island, and Knuckles is there, and he takes the Chaos Emeralds from him. So yeah, yeah.
As long
Um,
as we get to see Ugandan Knuckles, it's a 10 out of 10
oh
movie.
god,
Tootles the enchilada.
that's been like such a I don't know how the internet. I don't know how the if they put Ugandan Knuckles in some way, like as a bad drawing or something, like they did with the Sonic thing in the last movie. I'm gonna be done. I will walk out of the movie
Dude,
theater.
yeah, dude, you got it. Knuckles is a classless
You,
piece of shit meme. Fuck you.
you know what? You know what's so
You do
weird?
not know, do it.
No, I know the way. I know the way right to the top of the
You know,
building and off.
you know what is legitimately really weird though? Like I'm not gonna be going to see a movie anytime soon in the next couple months. And the last movie I saw in theaters was the Sonic movie. And I think the first movie I'm probably going to see in theaters again is going to be the Sonic
The
movie.
Sonic.
And that kind of freaks me out. I don't know if
It's
I
like
like
we
that.
never left.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if I like that because that makes me feel like a Sonic fan, and then I have to take a shower. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's we can talk about other things though.
Too much Sonic.
Too much
for the
Sonic, yeah.
day.
So this is something I guess we'll all be a little more engaged with, and I guess by all I mean Tyler, you'll be included finally more now. So
Okay.
the state of play happened for Horizon Forbidden West, and man, that game looks so fucking good. Like I saw the gameplay footage for that, and my first thought was, this is the first next gen game. Like legitimately, in terms of the way it looks, it just looks next gen. Like there's no other way to describe it. Um, it's so vibrant, and the game sets itself apart so heavily from the first Horizon game. But I do have one like weird complaint about it. I don't know, maybe I'm off the mark here, but like everything looks so good and like epic. Like see, like when I was seeing Aloy fight that gigantic, like I don't know, like um it pretty
Fucking
much was like
man.
an elephant monster thing, like an elephant
Mm.
robot. Um, I was like, man, that thing looks really cool. But like the gameplay itself looked underwhelming. Like she was just shooting a couple arrows at it and it exploded. I was like, yeah, it seemed a little anticlimactic for how big of a spectacle it was. Like she just shot a couple arrows and it went kaboom. Um,
Well, I think that's more of like
the presentation.
just for the trailer
Yeah.
type thing. Because like even playing Horizon, like sometimes you had certain arrows, sometimes you had to shoot certain spots. Sometimes you just had broken weapons, or you found like the OG strat, like using the trip caster. You shoot at one spot, jump,
Mhm.
slow motion, shoot it by them. Like that thing did so much damage. Like I'm pretty sure once you actually play the game, it's going to be a lot more to it. At least once you get to that part. I think they
Yeah.
just did that just for trailer's sake.
Yeah, dude. I
They
mean,
they don't want to show you too much.
like, dude, they still showed a fucking lot in that trailer,
Like
dude.
20
All
minutes
the
of
like
gameplay, dude.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, all the new shit they fucking added, all the new weapons, the fucking new the new fucking creatures. Like they showed off a lot of fucking shit in 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
Dinosaur looking motherfuckers.
dude,
The mammoths, the pterodactyls, my favorites.
Well, it's weird because like the previous I forgot the name of it because I'm thinking the fuck in
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Um, all the robots in that were based off of animals, like actual animals. This one seems to more they're based off like dinosaurs and like
Like,
prehistoric type
yeah,
things. Like, of course, not counting the T Rex in the first game, but that only popped up every now and again. Everything else was based off of animals. This, like, you got raptors, you got mammoths, um,
pterodactyls,
yeah,
fucking please,
pterodactyls,
pterodactyl, fucking
like all
plesiosaurs and
that,
shit.
which is like you could have did more animals, but you chose to do this, which makes it feel like different, feels more, feels Horizon.
Yeah.
New horizons, you could say.
I mean, yeah, I mean Horizon Zero Dawn was a great game, a great open world game. Came out in a kind of weird time because it was like that time where a lot of people were feeling open world fatigue. But when you really sat down with it and got to experience it, it felt like it separated itself from the pack in a unique and nice way. But this game, man, like if you want a system seller for the next gen console
This
for
isn't cheap.
PS5, this is gonna be it, dude. Like the just in terms of the way it looks visually, like this is
Yes.
gonna be like eye candy for you if you own a PlayStation 5. So
It's like with the PS5, the only thing I really wanted the PS5 for was Demon Souls. But now I want a PS5 to play this. And
yeah,
like I don't know if this is gonna be did they say if it was gonna be a PS5
PS4 and
exclusive?
PS no PS4 and
PS4.
PS5. Yeah,
Like even like that, like I still want to play it on PS5.
yeah,
That's still
Like,
gonna push units, dude.
oh yeah.
yeah.
That's gonna push units big time. I mean, granted,
I gotta get me
whenever
one of
we
those
get,
units when they
yeah, whenever we get more units, it's gonna push
nah, because
units.
they'll pop up and say, "Hey, we got some more units." 30 seconds later, oh
We
wow,
got
we're
a
sold out. It's like
we got a
motherfucker.
Horizon Forbidden West bundle, and it's gone.
Just go.
It's gone.
What units will it push? I don't know. You can't find
The
them.
units that were already getting pushed.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, gotta be quicker than that.
Oh, you gotta have 15 bots ready to go.
But
I think
Yes.
my I think my big thing with this game is that there's a possibility that it's gonna be not like when they say open world, like the gameplay took place in San Francisco, but it showed a map that showed multiple different locations in the United States, like fucking New York and shit. Like, are you gonna be able to go across the country with this game?
you see, that would be interesting because, like, with a game like with I don't know the game, but with like the power of the new console, you can just make seamless open world loading in a huge, gigantic map. Uh, so I could definitely see them expanding the size of the world significantly. But like I don't. see, like, open world is cool, but there's a point where it just becomes too much. Like, I don't know.
Like they're
Maybe
probably gonna do it in some sense where it's like you'll start out in San Francisco, and that's gonna have a big ass map that you get to go through, and then you have to chase somebody to another spot or go to another spot, and then there'll be like a brief loading screen. Then you're pop up in New York, and that's a whole nother map. Like,
I don't know.
I
It's called
mean,
Forbidden West, so I doubt you're gonna be going to New York.
you never know.
I mean, the West could refer to the United States being the western part of the world.
You never know. It might be like GTA 5. You get one mission, not where you're from
Maybe I don't know.
or not where you play the game. Just one mission, and then you run away.
I kind of feel like the best way for this to be would be almost like Assassin's Creed 2, where you have San Francisco being an area, kind of like fucking Florence was an area. You have New York being an area, kind of like Tuscany was an area. You have like three, maybe four big areas. You have a couple hub areas, and then you have like one or two areas that are like end game or short segment areas. That would be pretty solid. And as long as they're filled with decent enough content, that sounds like it would be pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's all about the execution, right? And I don't have any doubts that Gorilla is not gonna make a good game because they haven't made bad games. Really, I mean the Killzone games were all good. And Horizon was really good, and they're on a really good track record right now. So like more power to them. Keep them coming.
Man, we
Horizon
need another
Forbidden West.
Killzone, man.
We I'm good with Horizon. I still got Killzone 3, bro. Just if they want to port that to PS5, go ahead. But hey, whatever, it's fine.
Oh man, we need Killzone 4 after Killzone Shadowfall or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah, Shadowfall. I don't know. Shadowfall was something. That's all I know.
That was the thing that happened.
It was the thing
Indeed.
that happened. Okay, yeah. So
But
what
at least
else
with this,
is?
like at least with Forbidden West, but I know I'm about to move on. But one thing I want
Oh,
to say about it is
okay.
I want there to be more character, or not more, but more in-depth character interactions.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
not like relationship type things, like, oh, you get to choose who you get to be in love with. The relationships, like they tried to do that in the first game, and then Aloy was just like, nah, bitch, I'm too badass for you.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's my girl right there. But like there was small bits where you like interacted with some people, like in cutscenes. You helped them a little bit, but like a lot of like the side stuff that you got to do for some people, you didn't really do a lot with them. Like you
Mhm.
helped them once, talked a little bit, and then you never saw them again. Or even if you did see them again, it was just like one or two missions, but you never really felt anything. I hope this game opens it up so you actually, if you do something for somebody, like it leads to something else, or it's like memorable in a way, or just something along those lines.
They should just do what Mass Effect did and do the Renegade Paragon shit, dude. I would love
Aloy.
playing as Renegade Aloy. That'd be funny as
You
shit.
big stupid
You're gonna have
monster.
Aloy shooting her friends.
I just mean like Aloy being a dick to people. That'd be funny. I don't know.
I mean, you could do that. You could do that in the first one.
I mean,
Not
Not
as
not
not
as
as
yeah, not to
renegade,
the
but
extent not
yeah,
to the extent of Mass Effect.
yeah.
I lost my charm. Shut the fuck up. What's that got to do with me? Eat this bomb. It's like, oh my lord. Now let's go find that charm. I bet it's worth money. It's like, what? I like Aloy now.
She right
Like
though.
Aloy now.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, this is an unpopular opinion from me. People on the internet have expressed their disgust with me. Aloy got big ass ears. I'm never gonna get over that.
He said she got big ass
Big
ears.
ass
Big ass
ears.
ears.
Did
Yo, watch out.
they
She
haven't
might hear
fixed the
you.
ears yet?
That's fine. Dumbo will always hear me no matter where she is.
Dumbo will always hear me.
Oh my god, are Aloy and Chris Redfield related?
I
I
mean,
can
in this
hear
game,
that
she
cackle in
might
the
be
other room.
punching boulders.
She,
I,
she
she
punching
already
boulders
does.
in this game. Wait,
That boulder punching asshole.
boulder punching. That was still the funniest thing. Like, oh my god, they actually put that in Resident Evil Village. Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Okay, yeah, so what's the next thing to talk about?
Talk about Biomutant and how bad it is.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, Tyler, I'll let you take the cake on that one since I'm
No.
too ashamed to even say or do anything since
Hold
that
on,
one.
hold on. Let me get a drink first.
No, like, why does Biomutant look like that? Like, the trailers made it look so, like,
Not
current
bad.
graphics.
Mhm.
Like, they made it look so epic, so action packed. And then the way they described it was like so intuitive, like you could do so much. And then you play the game, and it looks like it looks like PS2, a PS2 game mixed with a Flash game. Like the whole the thing where you hit someone that says like thwack or you're shooting on
Thwack.
crack, like stuff like that. Like I'd expect that from like a specific Borderlands gun that would do that. Like you shoot it and hit somebody and it would say like thwack when it hits them, or
Don't
I'm not
talk shit about
sure.
Borderlands
Like
though. Wait.
some shit like that. But in Borderlands, that would fit because that fits the aesthetic of the game. This, it just feels like I don't this doesn't look right. Like your attacks have feel like they got no effect. The guns are just overpowered. But the game just it's so open, but there's nothing to do. And I know it's not a AAA development company, like it's an independent one.
It's THQ Nordic, right?
Yeah, it was
It's,
published by THQ Nordic.
which I mean, that explains a
I,
lot.
I
Yeah.
fell so far from grace.
You were
The
supposed to
big
be the
thing I've
chosen
seen with
one.
that game is that it looks like a AAA game without the AAA budget.
No, it's
An
it's
AA game, Alcoholics
It's
Anonymous.
an A game. It's a singular A game.
it's funny because they charge $60 for this. Like if it was like a $20 PlayStation Store only game, like digital only game, okay, fine. I won't talk shit about it. I'm not gonna say it's good. And I might just, give a little bit of shit talk, just a little bit. But the fact that it's $60 and you can go to a store and buy it, that's what that's what just makes me mad. And the fact that it was so hyped up. It was when was it announced? Wasn't it like
It
2 3
was,
years ago?
it was
Was it
years
like
ago,
20
man.
2017 2016? Not two. I don't know math. It was a
Like
while ago.
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
And like all that time, and this is what you come up with. It's like you had all that. You advertise. You spent too much time on your commercials and your trailers, but not enough time on the game. Commercials looked great. Trailers looked even better. The cover of the box looked good. And you get the game and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like this is not what I bought. I need to go back down to GameStop because they gave me the wrong game.
Gave me the wrong game.
Like, I'm not gonna say it fucked up just as bad as Cyberpunk, but it's in the same it's on the same short bus.
It's on the same short bus.
It
Damn.
is.
Wow.
It is.
This man switched into Mr. Snuffleupagus. Okay, sorry. I just started playing.
This man became Mr. Burns real fucking quick.
Why would you do that? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of ashamed about Biomutant because I really hoped that game would be good. It had so many signs, but I should have looked at the writing on the wall. It was published by THQ Nordic, like
Because we still had faith that THQ Nordic would be good because
I don't know.
Darksiders 1,
No,
good.
that was original
Darksiders,
THQ. The only thing that
so
Nordic came out
yeah.
was 3.
Unpopular opinion, Darksiders 1 was mid as fuck.
Well, it's like at the time, Darksiders 1 is like, okay, wow, that's good. Darksiders 2, I'm like, what? This game's nice. And then THQ Nordic came out with Darksiders 3.
Drop 2 Dracos.
Stinker.
And then what was the other one? Darksiders Genesis that
3.
nobody played?
Well, I mean, 3 was. You didn't like 3, right, Tom?
3 was like a bad Zelda game.
But didn't you play 3 with the Darksiders one change to it?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I tried playing it after they tried patching everything, and it still felt pretty samey. Like the gameplay didn't really feel like it was overhauled enough to the point where I was like, "Yeah, I'm satisfied with this," and I play through it all the way. I never finished the game. I still don't want to finish the game.
Good. I'm gonna let you know
It's
the ending sucked.
and I feel so awful because Fury is still my favorite of the four horsemen. She's the
What?
fucking
My boy
coolest.
Death, come on.
Death is just so anemic, and I get that's
Anemic.
who
But
Death
the boy was
is.
like, dude was like, I'll kill you. And it's like, oh wow, you'll kill me? Kind of was my job.
Th- and that's cool. I like Edgar Allan Poe too. He's really awesome. But Fury is just so fucking badass and doesn't give a fucking shit. She's just a big fucking ball of anger and has so much personality. She's so fucking cool. Death is cool. I'd say Death is my
Her
second favorite.
personality was angry for no reason.
Yes, she's Fury. Just like Death doesn't give a shit because he's Death.
I don't know, but at least Death, he had feelings. Like he was
Oh,
literally
she has
walking
feelings.
around.
She has feelings.
No,
She just
Death,
feels
Death
angry.
was like as when you think of someone as Death, you think like, okay, they're just Death, they're gloomy,
Mm.
everything. But then you see Death and he's carrying around like the souls of his army that he didn't want to like it's just with him. He's like, okay, that man carrying a lot.
That's
Fury
true.
is like, hey, Fury, why are you angry? It's like, okay,
Because
okay,
she's
calm
Fury.
down. Like,
Yeah.
calm down. But it's like she don't have a reason. Like if she had a reason to be angry, okay, you're fine. But she was just angry to angry.
Yeah, she's Fury. It's in her name. It's in her
hey, you
description.
hey, you stupid human, come here. It's like, I didn't do nothing. I coughed.
Exactly. She's Fury. Cough.
But it's like war didn't want to cause war. Death didn't want to cause death. Fury's just angry. And
Yeah.
even Strife didn't want to cause strife. Fury's just angry.
That's why Fury's the best. She just doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. She just does whatever the hell she wants.
She whips people.
I let her do things to me. Anyway,
No, so back to
Yeah.
Biomutant. That game's
Uh,
trash.
I
yeah.
feel like the go ahead, Sarah. I've talked a lot.
Oh no, it's okay. I just don't even know where I could even start with it because I don't know. I'm just like a disappointed parent right now. You know, like
Sounds
this.
like a child came up with the names of things in that
I
game.
just I just watched my kid take a piss all over the carpet, and I don't know whether or not to scream at them or to just shake my head and cry. Like I don't know.
Or
How did
charge
it get?
people $60 to look at it.
To
How
look
did
at their pics.
how did it get to this point? That's what I want to know, right?
I feel like the
Am I
biggest
responsible?
you are very not responsible for these fuckers. Like the big thing, I guess the biggest downfall of this game was its selling points, which is kind of weird and fucked up. Like they really emphasized that combat was going to be this really big thing, and they compared it to like Devil May Cry. That was wow, were they fucking wrong? That not even fucking close. And then the other big thing was the mutations. You can count the amount of mutations that are in the game on like not even 10 fingers. That's not a lot of mutations for a game that is supposed to be fucking gigantic, and mutations are supposed to be the selling point. And it's not like there's sub mutations to these. There's just mutations, and
Oh
there's just
shit.
like less than 10 of them.
Yeah.
Fact that like in an RPG game, one of the big things in an RPG game that makes an RPG game is your stats. You get to choose your stats, make your characters different. Like like I seen Critical put in all his stats into strength and his gun still did way more. And he
Like,
didn't put in a single point. Like he didn't put in anything to make his guns better. And he said his strength, like hitting stuff, still felt like he was doing nothing. So it's like, why would I ever get in close? It's like,
yes, the moist meter, the true barometer of a game's
it's
success.
like, like that. It's like you're literally trying to not even like force me to play the game a certain way because you give me the choice to do other things and pick other things. But the only effective way that's not going to draw out combat is to just find good guns and shoot the enemy. Which is like, why give me the choice for it then? It's like there's no point. Here's your mutation that you can swing things faster and stronger. Wow, yeah, wow. If only melee weapons did anything.
Like the
Uh,
fact that the mutations that can be used more as travel and ways to get around are more useful than mutations in combat is kind of sad. That game's dick.
I immune everybody.
Oh, okay. We don't talk about that. Okay. Uh, but yeah, okay. We can talk about other things now, right?
Rated D for deepity.
So
I'm sorry.
one of the new things that came into light recently was that they are going to, or they announced the release of a couple new Dragon Quest games as a part of
Yes.
that series anniversary, I believe. So
Did they
there's
announce 3 of them?
two
Like 5.
so they announced like 5, but like only 2 of them are really coming to the West, so it's only really 2. Um
Dragon Quest 12, Dragon Quest Treasure, Dragon
Oh
Quest
yeah, oh
3
yeah, Dragon
Remake.
Quest Treasure. That's right. They did announce that, and no one knows what the hell it is.
Isn't it a mobile game?
No, Dragon
Pleasure.
Quest Tre-
It's
Shut
already
up.
making you stupid.
Yeah, yeah. No, Dragon Quest Treasure is it's a full fledged game, and it's in it's a Dragon Quest game. It's a spin off, but it plays like the old Dragon Quest games, and it's about treasure hunting. That's about all we got. That's all we know from it.
It's about all you need.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's no gameplay or anything of it. It's just the announcement of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The things the ones I care about honestly are Dragon Quest 12 and then Dragon Quest 3 HD.
Tell me you don't care about the mobile puzzle game that's only
Hey,
in
listen,
Japan, Zach. That's just
I played Dragon Quest Minecraft, so you know, like
and no one made you do that.
I like
For
Dragon
sure.
Quest Minecraft though.
Did you mean Dragon Quest Builders?
Yeah, I liked it.
Did you get the second one?
Um, I played the demo for the second one.
Then you realize how much we would have made fun of you if you did.
Well, no, I wanted it, but no one fucking wanted to play with me because you guys are boring.
No, because we have Minecraft.
You guys are boring. That's why. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, Dragon Quest 12. We don't know anything about it other than that. Other than that, it's coming out. They're going to be making changes to the combat, and well, I mean,
It's gonna have a much darker tone.
it's gonna be, as the producer put it, Dragon Quest for adults, which is kind of just Yakuza, but you know, we're just not
Hey,
even
nudity.
with the. I almost
Hey,
beat this
wait,
guy
there's
at
no
the-
naked breastises in Yakuza. Get over yourself.
You playing the wrong game then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You do not get to see Kiryu's nippies.
Oh, you get to see Kiryu's nippies all the time. That's
Exactly.
different.
Nudity.
Oh my
That's
God.
all you need.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Equal
But-
opportunity.
I mean, so Tom and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, but it seems that they're attempting to really westernize Dragon Quest and make it, especially with the worldwide simultaneous release that's happening with the game. They're trying to make it a little more appealing to Western audiences with a real-time combat system, making it edgier,
And more
perhaps.
violent.
Yeah, it seems like they want more because Dragon Quest is already a hit in Japan. It's gonna be a hit over there no matter what. So I think they want to see what they can do to get people involved because you know it seems like Smash hasn't worked as well as they thought it would,
I wonder
And-
why.
and you know it seems like there's a few things that they're attempting to do that still haven't landed. But we you know we're I don't know. I think we're in the midst of seeing Dragon Quest start to maybe become popular in the U.S. Or maybe their Square's gonna be like, please buy this video game. You know what this thing comes with, right? It's literally
Dragons and
magic.
quests.
No.
Hey there, America. Do you like dragons?
Oh no,
Yeah, we
sorry,
know you
sorry.
do. Do you like quests? Yeah, of course you do.
I was just this dude just he has a Skarmory that did he did stealth rocks on my Hatterene, and I'm just thinking like, you know what this is, right? Like,
The fact that he was so so invested into it, if one move was made, and his train of thought was like, "What the fuck?"
what's wrong with you?
I mean, he is a steel type against a fairy type.
I
but
already won. I already won. But yeah. I mean,
at least with the Dragon Quest game, like at least looking at it, I could definitely see. I could definitely see like some people in the U.S. liking that sort of game. Like if you like Breath of the Wild, if you like Immortal Phoenix Rising, um, like games like those. They see you like Dragon Quest, but I know what you mean. Like they want it a little bit edgier, a little bit darker, because Americans are violent.
I was thinking closer
But
to the
like,
last couple Final Fantasy games, honestly.
Mm.
15
yeah,
and
it's like
7.
yeah. At least with this, like at least with the new one, like if they're gonna make it darker and everything, I would hope they still keep like not a glimmer of the original Dragon Quest games. Like I want there to be like at least a good amount of like darker, edgy, violent type in the game, but still feel like a Dragon Quest game.
See, that's what they're trying to do. Listen, if they're using Yakuza like a blueprint, which they kind of are, which is kind of ironic because me and Zach were talking earlier, it's like they're gonna turn Yakuza into Dragon Quest, they're gonna turn Dragon Quest into Yakuza. It's like weird that they're gonna do that, but they're gonna hide this really dark and damp tone behind this really light and fuzzy veneer. I think that's gonna work great. Work great with Like a Dragon, which you should play Yakuza Like a Dragon. We haven't done that yet. Great game. But good. Right,
Hashtag ad.
right, Zach? Right, Zach. Yep. Anyway.
I need to finish it.
And play the other Yakuza games, which you have not opened.
I own all of them, still haven't touched any of them. Touched a little bit of zero.
So get on it. Anyway,
I can hear Tom running to your room to beat the shit out of you.
No.
hey, get the fuck on it. You heard that.
I'm good.
But yeah, no, I think it's gonna I think it's gonna work well if they're gonna essentially work it like Yakuza. Not make it like character for character, line for line like Yakuza, but kind of the same style of hiding it behind a really, upbeat veneer.
Hmm. Maybe. That would be
Yes.
interesting for sure.
Eh.
And there's also Dragon Quest 3 HD, which is pretty much like, hey, you played Octopath Traveler?
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say that.
I didn't realize it's literally just the same art style as Octopath Traveler and the same almost combat as Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's
it's like not the same combat as Octopath Travelers.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
Well, it's like at least like in
It's a Dragon
because
Quest
when I
game.
seen the game, like at least when they're walking around, I'm like, okay, so it's like Octopath. He's like, you know what? I might give this game a try because I liked Octopath. I was like, I might give this game a try. I might try to play it. And then I seen the combat, and I was just like, no, I don't want to play this anymore.
Oh, wow.
Just not by like the way the enemies look, not by anything looks, but if I'm gonna play the game, I want to see my people.
Wow.
Like
Just because you're
I
looking
don't
at
know
him
if
from
there's
behind, you don't want to see him.
exactly like it's just looking at just the enemy. It's like I like seeing my people, even if they like take two
Well,
steps, wave their
well,
sword in the air,
wait. We saw
and
the
they're
same
slashing
trailer,
across the
right?
enemy, and they run back like the original Final Fantasy. Like I still want to see that.
We saw the same trailer, right? Because the characters are on like their backs are facing the screen at the bottom right corner in the fights.
Oh, I seen their backs. I want the side to side.
I want to see the full frontal.
But I mean, they're still there, like but it's just their backs are facing the. I don't see. That's a weird complaint because
Like there's still
the
there's still startup animation for
yeah,
moves.
the
We still get
old
to see what they do
the
before.
old school Dragon Quest, yeah, they didn't have any characters on the screen. But like the actual gameplay here, you still see them. It's just they're. It's like a
Oh no, I see what I saw because apparently when they're attacking, that's when it goes into that first person view. Because I was skipping around the video
yeah.
in Japanese and I couldn't read it. Well, at least, well, if I had a Switch, I might pick it up. But
Is it Switch only?
I
is
think
it?
it's Switch all.
I thought
It's
it
really
was because this is Dragon Quest, so usually the chip releases on PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation and Switch.
Huh.
I might get it then.
So yeah, I guess another thing on the subject of Square stuff. So, the apparently the next big Square Enix E3 press conference, like internally leaked, so we don't know anything right now about it.
Hey,
But like everyone's saying, hey, this is like the biggest leak we've ever seen. Like assets, like game code, like all this shit just out, and someone has it, and we don't know what to do about it, type of thing. And I guess one of the leaks that has come into prominence at the moment that people have been talking about that is substantiated now is a new Final Fantasy title that's coming out and planned for release this year.
woo!
That is being developed by Team Ninja, who made the Neo
The Neo
games,
games, yeah.
and it's going to be a Souls-like Final Fantasy game called Final Fantasy Origins that is set in the world of the very first Final Fantasy game. Now, there's a lot of things that could be done with this that I think
It's
could be
like
really good. But
if they're gonna do it like in the original Final Fantasy game, I don't want to play as the Warriors of Light. Like I
yeah.
want it to be like in the world of the first Final
Oh my
Fantasy.
god, what if it's like a
Um,
remake of Final Fantasy 1 but it's Dark Souls? That would be so stupid. I
no,
would
it better not be
that
that.
would be so
No.
No, that's
dumb.
exactly what it's gonna be.
It better be like at the end of this game, that's when the Warriors of Light step in. Like I want you to play as somebody else. Like you better be able to make your own character, you know. Because if they're making it as a Neo, like the developers who made Neo, if it's like anything like Neo, I want to be able to make your own character, like change their armor, weapons. Like it's Final Fantasy, so it better be like, well, it's the original Final Fantasy, so there's no materia, but there is crystals. Like I don't want to play as Warrior Light. I don't want it to be a remake, like not a remake, but
Yeah,
Final
that's like
Fantasy
a
One
reimagining of
as a
the
Dark
first one.
Souls.
Yeah.
That's like I don't see how that could work.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's like you're playing, it's like I don't know, like a prequel title or like a title that takes place like during the same time period as the first one, but you're just playing as some nobody, and that's how the Dark Souls aspect is. It's like I'm just some random dude, and
They just drop you off.
a slime touching me kills me. So like it's like type of shit. Not slime, sorry. That's Dragon Quest. I got Dragon Quest on my brain.
There are
Uh,
slimes
oh yeah, I guess
in Final
there's
Fantasy.
slimes in Final Fantasy, but I was thinking of slime from Dragon Quest. Like I don't know, like a
Oh, with the faces on
yeah,
them.
like I don't know, like like it's just a basic
a,
enemy will
a
just fuck me
goblin.
up. A goblin, yeah, like like just something like that. Which I mean, that would be pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. I one of the thing that has me excited about like a Souls like Final Fantasy game is that it has the potential to create a lot of archetypes that for characters that we haven't seen in the Souls like at all. Like I want to see what a mage is like in a Souls like, right? Like, how is that going to work? Like, how is using magic spells going to work? How is being a cleric in a Souls like going to work? How is like,
Yeah, and
yeah?
at least in this one, like, are you gonna play? Is it just gonna be you, or are you gonna have a team? Like, is
Can
it
you play
gonna
with other
be
people?
single? Yeah, is it gonna
Yeah.
be multiplayer online? Is it gonna be just you? And if it is multiplayer online, is it gonna be some shitty multiplayer online,
Oh, it's
or is
Final
it gonna
Fantasy,
be
so it's probably going to
like an open world, like Dragon's Dogma, or is it going to be like Neo, where you pick a mission, do it, fight the boss, and then go back to the main screen?
be. If it's
Because
a
the big thing about
mhm,
yeah, it's like the big thing about like the first Final Fantasy was you had a whole island to explore, and then you got a ship, then you can go into the water, and then you got a airship, and then you can go into the sky places. But you traveled. Where if it's going to be like Dark Souls, then it's just open to go. But I want to know how they're going to do like going from one town to another, because it's not just like, oh yeah, walk this place, kill 20 enemies, and then you're there. It's like no, that's not how it. No,
I mean, I could see them doing the Souls like or the Dark Souls s kind of progression and level design. Um, in terms of it's just kind of a linear path through a kind of like area that has some
but if
diverging
it's like
paths.
Neo, it's made by the people from Neo. They
Yeah,
didn't
that's
have
true.
that.
That's true. I mean, Neo was weird though, because Neo had like, I mean, Neo 1 had just you went from one area to the next. Um, and you just literally teleported there. So I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
I
story
don't.
wasn't as prevalent
Yeah.
in the other
So
one
I mean, like,
or two.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe we'll see something a little different, but I
I
it's weird because like you 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 hear Souls like Final Fantasy, but you don't really know what that means until you see it.
yeah.
Like that's such a weird mesh of two different things. Like
But it's like, but they're both two good things.
they could be two
S-
good things. Okay,
It's
they
like, well, it's
could be
like
two good
Final.
things.
It was like Final Fantasy as itself. It's like that's Final Fantasy. That's a top tier game. And the Souls like, if you're into Souls like games, that's a good thing. Souls games are good. Now, of
Listen,
course, in Final Fantasy and the Souls games, they both had their fuck ups. They did, but the majority of them, they're
I
pretty good.
mean, we this could either
How
be
many Final Fantasies? The majority of them are good.
Bloodborne mixed with Final Fantasy 7,
Hey,
or it could be the Surge mixed with Final Fantasy 13. That's
uh,
all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, like, it
uh,
could be one of those two
nah. You know what
things.
it's more like? It'd be like Type Zero.
Oh my
It could
god.
be like
Oh
Type
please
Zero mixed with
don't.
Lords of the Fallen.
Oh god, that sounds like a train wreck
That
waiting to
sounds
happen.
gross. Oh,
I don't even think you're speaking English to me anymore.
oh.
I don't know who in Square Enix let Type Zero be a thing, but I
Yo,
hope you never develop a
when it
video
takes you
game again.
4 hours to talk to someone for them to tell you, oh hey, did you pass that test in class? Yeah, that was really hard. It's a good thing you did really good. You must be really smart. 4 hours passed. Like 4 hours for him to say that? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh,
Combat
you
in
get to
that
play as a
game
character
was
who throws cards.
Combat in that game was such ass, dude. Such
It made no
actual
sense.
ass. Oh my god, why
They
did
gave
they
you
let it
too many
happen?
characters in the beginning, didn't tell you how to use any of them. Combat was just ugh. Sometimes you just went in and there were enemies in places you couldn't hit if you didn't have a right type of ranged character.
God,
Oh,
why?
the Lords of the Fallen was just a slow piece of crap mess.
That game was it was just too slow. That was really the problem. The same with the Surge too. That game was just really fucking slow. Like
The Surge, they made it. They try to make it look big. It's like, oh, you get this power armor. So what?
but
What?
I don't know. Team Ninja made Neo, and Neo was okay. And I mean, you like Neo 2. I haven't played Neo 2 yet, but
Oh yeah.
um, and Final Fantasy, they've been doing okay with the Final Fantasy brand lately. So hopefully hopefully it doesn't suck. But I mean, one of the things that people said too, and this is, I guess, maybe the note we'll end on with this, is that it's apparently aiming to be um a more accessible Souls-like game, and I wonder what that entails. Like, is it just going to be like the slow, methodical combat, but not as difficult? And like, then what's the point, really? Because I feel like with Souls-like games, the point is that it can be hard. Like, the point is that
Yeah.
you're challenged by it. Because if you're just playing a Dark Souls game and you're walking through it like it's a breeze, it doesn't really, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. The combat in and of itself isn't what you go to a Souls-like game for.
It's the difficulty,
It's the
man.
difficulty.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
unforgiving difficulty too.
it's
Whereas
the
like shit doesn't get easier
it's like that Resident
if you
Evil
fail.
effect. Yeah, like where the old Resident Evil games, those games had like really shitty controls, and those shitty controls were part of the horror, right? It's like having
The
the
tank
restrictions.
controls.
Yeah. Having the restrictions on your character is what made the game more thrilling. It's like, hey, I'm fighting with the game, and I'm fighting with, the environment and the world. And that's kind of like how it is with the Dark Souls games. It's like, hey, the combat's slower and you really have to focus, and you can't make very many mistakes. And I wouldn't really call a lot of the Souls games like clunky, but they're definitely, slower, and you really have to focus and time
Mhm.
things. And like not having that, oh my god, what the fuck?
I don't
Not
know.
having
Someone's
that
yelling
will,
inside, dude. I'm getting scared.
they're fucking being
Hooligans.
hooligans out there.
Hooligans.
But
Very much.
yeah, but I mean, like, the Souls games, they have that aspect, and not having that aspect will probably hold the game back from really capturing that type of experience in a Final Fantasy Souls like, and it might not even just be a good game. But I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe I'm jumping the gun
if
on
they
that.
said if they said like accessible, I could I'm not saying it's what it's gonna be, but I could see it as like because in the other Final Fantasy games, they were linear to an extent, and there were like side missions that you could do. Whereas this one's like accessible as like you can access whatever. Like because in the Souls type games, it's kind of just here's the place, go find out what you have to do.
No, yeah,
So it's like
they meant
you decide what you're
accessible in
going to
terms of
kill.
for a general market, like in terms of ease of play for people.
Oh, it better not be easy. No,
Yeah.
like I can understand like people who play Final Fantasy. It's like, oh yeah, I play Final Fantasy. I played on easy mode because I like the story. But like when you mix it with a Souls game, you lose that choice. But I
Mhm.
know they still want to keep the Final Fantasy fans, and they want to get like the people who love Souls games in it.
I mean, difficulty
But
options would be cool, but like, how would you make that work really, other than inflating health pools and shit? You know?
it might just be like they'll probably say like easy mode. You have more health, like you deal more damage, and the enemies have less health or things like that. And then normal is just normal and
I mean,
hard. But it's like if you're gonna start the game, like I want to know what the actual souls like if they're gonna do like easy, normal, hard. I'm gonna have to play the game on hard because it's a Souls game. Like whatever the hardest difficulty is, unless you know it's just ridiculously unforgiving, like to the point where it's like, oh, this normal enemy hit me when I'm a level 100 back in the first area, and I died instantly. That's just like this isn't a Souls game.
hmm.
Or I hit this dude with a fire gra, and he's made of grass, and it did 10 damage. It's like that's the kind of shit that I'm not really feeling. And like Final Fantasy, there's different weaknesses to different enemies.
Mhm.
So is that going to be a thing in the game, or is it just going to be, yeah, you got this spell, go hit him?
See, I mean, what they could do, and I don't know if this is a thing that's done even at all. I don't know if that's a thing, but just variations in patterns and variations in attacks. Like certain difficulties, you get certain attacks. Like easy, you don't get as many as there's not as many the options out of a certain lineup animation. Like you have one or two. Normal, you get two to three, and then hard, you get well, you're fucked. So that's what you get when you go to hard. Um, I mean, you could do something along those lines to kind of increase the difficulty because that's really the thing that makes the Souls games a little more difficult is the unpredictability and learning patterns as opposed to just making the games bullshit.
You see,
It's
Tom, that sounds like a good idea and great game design, and that's why it's not going to happen.
because like like at least with the like the Souls, like you had like in order to get some moves, you had to do like some ridiculous things to get it or to get there, or you had to trade off some things. Like in Dark Souls 3, in order to get one of the best pyromancy moves, you had to kill a certain boss, get the soul, and then use the soul in the presence of somebody else, and they give you something, and then you get something from the pyromancy lady, whatever it is. With this one, like there's so many spells, there's so many moves um that you can get. Like I want to know how they're going to differentiate like all of that. At least in the original Final Fantasy, when you leveled up, you got new moves. Like you didn't get new spells. Like you have to, go and get those spells. Sometimes characters leveled up and got new skills. So is it going to be like, hey, is it just like as you're fighting, you're just going to level up? Or are you going to get like crystals that you use to level up, or crystals that you use to either bring up your skill or your magic? And it's like in the Souls games, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be a fire mage or a water mage or arcane mage, different things like that. With this, like Final Fantasy, if you were a mage, you were a black mage, white mage, red mage, blue mage, and they each had their own separate things. That's a lot of spells you have to go through. It's going to piss off a lot of people if they take away a lot of those spells and just make it basic spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. The game the game can definitely go one of two ways. So I just hope that it doesn't do that fucking thing where you know the Final Fantasy games or games in Square's catalog can do, where they tend to oversimplify and dumb things down. Because Final Fantasy does have a really rich background, and having a Souls like Final Fantasy where you have that potential to have that rich background and really diverse set of tools mixed in with the combat and stylings of a Dark Souls or a Neo would be refreshing. But they could just completely again it could just be Final Fantasy 13. You want a game
Don't
that
stop
plays
saying
itself? Yeah.
That's not what there was 13 Final Fantasies. I can only count to 15.
13's a number? I didn't even remember it. There were
Damn,
actually
I didn't
three.
learn the
There were
alphabet,
there were
man. That's
actually
kind of
three 13 Final Fantasies, Tom. Final Fantasy
uh,
13, 13 2, and Lightning Returns.
I can't count that high. I can only count to 15.
You're gonna have to count to 16 soon.
Yes, 16 is probably gonna be pretty good though.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got him.
we got him.
Okay. Yeah, been a fun podcast. We talked about things.
You still don't know our names.
Nope.
Well, then hit the like goal, you scrubs.
We haven't reached 15.
If you don't hit the like goal, how are you gonna learn our names?
The last podcast was the most successful one, and all we had to do was put Xenoblade in the thumbnail, so I'm not surprised.
Well, then just
Xenoblade for a little bit.
Just put Zord on the thumbnail, and let's talk about how tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary.
Xenoblade titty bitches.
Don't worry, I'll
Xenoblade titty bitches.
try to get Xenoblade in the thumbnail next week. It's fine. But I mean, yeah, I don't
The
know.
repercussions of the 1-year anniversary. I went way too hard.
Yeah. Oh, on the plus side, for anyone who decided to stick around this long, the one or two people that I know probably did. I'm pretty much done scripting the Torna review now. I've been really fucking picky with it, and I've said I'm gonna get it done. But then it's I either get writer's block or I get really fucking sick of what I'm writing and I have to redo it. But I'm actually almost done. So that's and I got like 3 days off now, so I'm probably just gonna grind that shit out and try to get the video out sometime next week. So yeah.
And that's what happens if you stick around the podcast. You get these pivotal details.
Yeah, and then other people will just find it in their sub box at some point.
Well, as long as they
Comment
watch
your
it.
favorite flavor of G Fuel, Zach will send you his sock.
If you comment your favorite video game of all time, I'll do a Macho Man Randy Savage Sam B impression for you.
If you comment your favorite game of all time, I will ask you why it's not Xenoblade Chronicles.
I mean, that's what you do. If in the comments, leave a question you want us to talk about. Leave us like a topic you want us to talk about, and we'll at least fit it into the next podcast.
We'll try, yeah.
We want to hear the fans, whoever they may be, all 1 to 2 people, whoever they are.
1 to 2 people.
I don't know. I watch the videos. That's all I got for you, man. But listen, if you're watching, you want to hear us talk about something, just let us know. We're here.
We are here. Okay, yeah. Sonic Colors is mid. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.